Good morning, guys. You joined me very early this morning. It's currently, or not very early, but my girlfriend and my daughter are sleeping now. It's 7:30 in the morning now. I'm off to travel for a few days. I'm actually on my way into Oslo to pick up an XC40 T5 gas engine R design, and I can't wait for that because that's the car I've really been waiting to review. But I just want to show you guys that the kind guys at Audi, where I bought two Audi A4s at Dallas Auto here in Fredrikstad, gave me this Audi computer bag for my birthday. And if you have been following my channel for a while now, you know I had this really nice, actually a brown leather computer bag that I've had for a couple of years now. It was just totally shot. The strap here was just torn here where it meets the bag, and then the zipper was just broken. But this thing is really cool. I think it's an Audi Sport computer bag with practical pockets here for your computer stuff, chargers and mouse, and then you have room for a laptop there. So just want to show you guys that, and thank you Dallas, thank you Preben and Osman for this awesome bag. So I've now been inside and I've gotten the keys. I've picked up the XC40, driven it here to my XC90, and now I have to move over all my work stuff because I'm gonna have this car for a week. And just quickly take a look at this car. Just gonna put my wallet and some hand cream. Not my hand cream, my girlfriend's hand cream. A white R design on 20-inch wheels. This is more like it. Looks much more sporty than the Momentum I drove. And also, as you can hear, this is a gas engine, and I'm so happy. I'm looking so forward to testing this car for a week. And check this cool thing out. I don't think the Momentum had this. This is a Swedish flag here on the hood, and the white with the black roof looks just very cool. So XC40 badging, and then we have the T5 R design there. 2-liter 4-cylinder gas engine, 254 horsepower. So I'm really looking forward to actually driving this car for a week, testing out the power, because this will be the smallest car I've ever tested this engine in. So I got to move a lot of work stuff from this car into this car. So I'll see you guys on the road. On the way now. The car is packed, moved everything over. If you want to see a more detailed video on me moving stuff over from my XC90 and into this car, an XC40, check out my last XC40 video. Link up there in the right corner. So on our way now, we have beautiful summer weather. The first leg of the trip is about half an hour, but we're gonna end up today in a place called Skien or Porsgrunn here in eastern Norway, but about 2 hours away from here. So I'm not going the longest trip away. I'm only gonna be away overnight, but I am working in that area, so it makes it much easier to stay away, but in a hotel. But first few 100 meters compared to the D4 I drove, this is a completely different animal. As I've talked about so many times before, Volvo diesel engines are okay, nothing to write home about. They are quite noisy, unrefined. They're not the best at sound insulation, and also I'm sick of 4-cylinder diesels. We had that in our previous XC90 and in our previous Audi A4. There's a reason why our new XC90 is a plug-in hybrid gas engine, and our new A4 is a gas engine powered car also. And the refinement levels of this thing so far is very impressive. And if you saw my video, the best and worst things about the XC40, the D4 Momentum, my biggest complaint was the drivetrain, the lag from the transmission, you know, from a standstill and just initial throttle tip in, and the noise of, and the unrefinement of the gas engine. So the next week with this car, just gonna reset the trip computer also so we know how many kilometers or miles we're doing there. 0. This car has done 10,000 kilometers, 6,000 miles. So it's probably been used a lot by different press around the world, and not around the world, around in Norway. And then here, trying to merge into traffic. Yeah, gas engine seems to be very nice, very responsive. The ride on this car, though this having 20-inch rims, the previous XC40 I had 19s on winter tires. This has summer tires. Is so far so good, very nice, very nicely damped. I was very impressed by the ride comfort on the Momentum I had, but this has 20s. So that's what we're gonna do for the next week. We're gonna dissect the R-Design trim level, this interior, this exterior. We're gonna do, you know, the interior, the exterior videos, the best and worst. But the thing I'm looking mostly forward to is the gas engine. And so far, it is very responsive, very quiet, and very smooth. A couple of hours on the road now, and I've stopped here at this, not restaurant, but roadside diner, roadside food, because I've driven past this place so many times in, I don't know, the last 3 or 4 years. I've always wanted to stop here, get a hamburger, and that's what I'm gonna do today, because we have brilliant summer weather, 25 degrees outside, and it's not even 12 o'clock. It's not even noon. But here in the XC40, after a few hours, I've also been through Drammen, the city. So I've done some city driving, mostly motorway driving, and compared to the D4 I had just a few weeks ago, this is a totally different beast. This is so much more refined. It doesn't actually feel that much quicker, because it might be much less torquey, because this is a gas engine, at least on the highway. But around town it just feels lighter, it feels nippier. No problem with throttle response, though I haven't, you know, tested it from that many starts. But so far I am really liking this XC40, the T5 here. So gonna get myself some food here, and we'll talk to you guys later. Here in the city of Porsgrunn, Skien, a small double city here in Norway. Slow moving traffic, you know, small streets, stop and go, a lot of stoplights, a lot of roundabouts, just slow speed moving like we have in a lot of European cities. You know, this is a typical European city, European village, just a small size town, 30, 40, 50,000 people. And you have these small streets, you know, where you just move slowly about. And here, and also in the big city, this car makes so much sense, because the small size of it, this is a subcompact luxury SUV. It's about the size of a Volkswagen Golf, a little bit longer, a little bit wider, but you do sit up jacked high really nicely, like in a proper SUV. And this drivetrain, this 2-liter 4-cylinder, 254 horsepower, is just really quick, really nippy in the city. On the highway, you know, speeds above 110, 120 kilometers an hour. I don't feel a lot of difference between this and, you know, the D4, but here in the city, this engine just feels very strong. Below 100 kilometers an hour, this thing is quick, this thing is nippy, it just feels spirited and lively. And the light steering and these 20-inch wheels, this has a little more wider tires than what I had on the previous car, so the steering is a bit heavier. Though this is only set to the medium setting, we have, you know, individual drive modes here. I can put it to a much stronger, not a stronger, I can put it to a setting with more resistance, and it will probably feel a little bit better. I haven't tried that yet. I'll do that later and talk about that more in, you know, a proper and extensive review. But so far I'm really impressed with the drivetrain. Yes, it's not as quiet or as smooth as the gas engine in my, you know, in my XC90, the T8, because this car doesn't have, you know, the level of sound insulation, but still it is very impressive because this engine is just so quiet and so smooth. Finally, in my hotel room after a super long day. It's now past 7 in the evening. I started this day 7:30 at home. I've been sitting so many hours in the car. I'm totally exhausted. And when I got to the hotel, I got the room. And of course, when I went up to the room, they had, you know, made a sofa bed for 5 people. So the room was quite big. But they made it up for 5 people, so there was no room to move around. And they didn't have any other big rooms vacant. And so I started, you know, to fold all, you know, the bed sheets and the pillows, got them out of the way to fold and move this sleeping sofa out of the way. But of course, it didn't want to close properly, so I just went down and I got a new room, a smaller room, but I'm only here for the night, and this is towards the shadow side because it's been almost 30 degrees Celsius in this part of Norway today, and the other side, which is on the sun side, is just so damn hot. And for compensation for me moving up and down, I asked if they could give me this wine that was actually here in the room. So complimentary wine here at Granfaris Larvik is the hotel I'm currently staying at. So just wanted you to do the closing statements on the XC40 R-Design T5 I've been driving today. So nothing unexpected. The car is as expected. It's very smooth. The gas engine is very smooth, silky smooth, and refined, quiet. I thought the car was going to be a bit more peppy, a bit more powerful, quicker, especially at highway speeds than it is. It's not that much quicker than the D4 at highway speeds, though below 70-80 kilometers an hour it is. It might be I'm just getting too used to my T8 XC90 with 407 horsepower. That's, you know, the downside of having and owning and driving daily a car that is very quick. But overall, it is very nice to drive. And if you can't wait, you know, for the other videos to come, please check out on my channel the D4 Momentum I had a few weeks ago, because I've done 4 videos on that car, go in depth on that car. But I know a lot of you guys have been waiting for the T5 or for the XC40 R-Design. I'm going to do the same, you know, best and worst, interior and exterior, and my final review at the end of the week. So guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video, a bit travel vlog, a bit car review. If you did, please drop me a thumbs up down below, and for more car content, as always guys, please subscribe. See you guys later, and goodbye.